excited that this book has come out. You've got some really top writers there. I don't want to include myself in that, but others are really remarkable. And I think it gives an insight about the why we need to be focusing on the rule of law. So again, it's another way of increasing awareness and education about what the rule of law is and why it needs to be protected. And I think this book goes a long way in helping explain those issues and advocate the importance of the rule of law. So I'm very honored to have been asked to contribute a chapter, and I'm looking forward to seeing how the book is going to do. Well, I think it's particularly important at this time because we're witnessing such a dramatic attack on this principle, probably represented best and I think most sadly by what's happening now in Ukraine with the invasion from Russia. But it also permeates other parts of Europe and the world, actually, where the rule of law is under attack. And I think this has been a growing phenomena. And so therefore I think the attention by the international community, the legal community, the IBA, I think it's absolutely essential right now that we focus our efforts to see if we can try to counter this trend. And that's going to be a real task and a challenge for all of us. Well, unfortunately, I don't think the developments have been positive. I think, again, reflects the attack on the rule of law. I think the attacks are manifested primarily by the rise of nationalism and populism. I think for me, they're two sides of the same coin, but particularly nationalism that completely ignores the facts, and in doing so, it weakens justice, it weakens accountability, it weakens these very fundamental principles of the rule of law. So again, I think that's the trend that's happening right now, and we're in the midst of it, which is, for me, quite striking because particularly after 1989 with the fall of the Berlin Wall, in some sense a peaceful resolution of the conflicts that emerged during the Cold War, I think everyone felt that we were on a trajectory where the rule of law would be embraced and emboldened by what was happening in Europe. Now we're seeing just the opposite, and that's a real challenge for us. I'm not good, I have to say. I don't see real development here. With one exception, I think there's an awareness here. There's an awareness that totalitarianism is taking hold in many countries, and that is a death knell to any attempt to uphold the rule of law. So that's what we're witnessing on this. And it shouldn't be a surprise. I think there has been some who have predicted this for a long time. I just never thought I would see it again in my lifetime. So that really requires the international community to create a real robust counter to that. And I think that probably comes with greater emphasis on education, civil education. This is something that we have focused a good deal of our time on, certainly recently. Not long ago, we created a series of films about, short films about the importance of upholding the rule of law, and using that as in more of a social media campaign, educating, gets back to this issue of educating citizens about what the rule of law is about. The tagline is, protect the rule of law because it protects you. And that's absolutely right. So I think you're going to continue to see programs, initiatives by the IBA in this area, and I think that's exactly where we need to be on this.